What's going on, you guys? I'd like to welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. And today I got one from Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Unfortunately, this is a spoiler-free review because I didn't get to see it Thursday night and it's Friday and y'all probably done already saw it. Some of y'all probably done saw it multiple times. I don't know how much you like the film, but just so you guys know, I have this review with just me. This is going to be my spoiler review, but I also did one with my boy BA over there, Just My Opinions. I'm going to leave a link to that video down in the description. But I'm gonna let you guys know right now. My overall thoughts on the film. I think I really enjoyed this film quite a bit. I'm not. That's not to say that the film doesn't have some problems because it definitely has those. But if I was a fan of the first one, didn't love it or anything, but like there were certain aspects of it, like the Venom and Eddie Brock relationship. I thought that stuff was like great. I didn't really care for the action in the first one. I definitely think they stepped their part up. It also leaned right into a certain element of it, and like they leaned into like the comedy hard. This feels like a buddy cop movie, or just like a, I don't want to say a rom com, but in certain senses, it feels like a rom com, because like this bromance, a rom com, I guess you would say, because this bromance between Eddie and Brock, not Eddie and Brock, Eddie and Venom. My apologies, but like that's pretty much like the central part of the story, and that's what like carries this thing through is their relationship, and their relationship is hilarious. Their relationship is hilarious at all times. It's like the constant bickering between one another, or just like Venom wanting to eat people, and Eddie like, no, you can't do that. Like you just have to eat your chocolate. The only thing Venom gets his like nutrients from is chocolate and brains, and what it's like human brains, but you can't, yeah, you don't got any of those laying around. So that part is funny. And then another thing I think was better in this one was the villain. Nothing against Riz Ahmed. I think Riz Ahmed is a terrific actor. I just really didn't care for Riot. And one of the things I was actually worried about going into this film was just like, okay, he fought Riot, who is gray and stronger than him. Now he's fighting Carnage, who's red and stronger than him. So I'm just like, and like the fights against Riot, they were constantly like in like symbiote form. I guess that's, if that makes sense. Like they were constantly tearing each other apart. Granted, sometimes it looked cool, but you could barely tell with how the action was going, and like you barely see anything. This one, I think the action was a lot cleaner. Third act nailed it. This film went by in three parts. First half, well, the first part, Eddie and Venom's relationship. Second part, the Carnage and stuff with Cletus Kasady, and then we have the ending where you obviously get a big fight at the end, a big climactic fight. But all three parts to me work, and I think the part I like the most is actually like third act. Those are the things where I think a lot of films fail at. Like a lot of films don't give you a good third act. You just be going through the motions, or it's just like, oh, some big giant dust ball in the air or something like that. No, I personally really enjoy it. Like, hey, here's what's at stake, and let's have a big one-on-one fight between the hero and the bad guy. That gave me exactly that, and a couple of other things was going on. Now we get introduced to a couple new characters. Like I said, Cletus Kasady, who I thought was awesome. With Woody Harrison is fantastic as him, and I don't know, he just felt like a weird sociopath or psychopath, whichever way you want to call it, because he's both. He's a serial killer. And then you had Naomi Harris character, who, to me, my only issue with her was I like the character that she got introduced as, but I feel like once she actually got out of jail, she just became something completely different. Granted, she's sitting inside of a glass box for most of her life, so her getting out probably would like warrant some kind of change. But to me, it was just like she started wearing the black lipstick, and the way she talked and acted just kind of felt weird to me. Michelle Williams is back again, who's kind of a dick. I never really liked her in the first one, so she definitely did come off as a likable character in this one. Like some of the characters weren't that likable. Mulligan, I think that was the detective. He kind of sucked. He was always mad. It felt like. Mrs. Chan, my dog, though. So I like Mrs. Chan, and like the stuff with Eddie and Mrs. Chan. And uh, I think there's so much that happens in the short span of time, and of course, like we zoom through a lot of different things. Because it's like, hey, this movie's only a buck 30, so it's like, hey, we getting through stuff, and like certain things you probably wonder, like, well, how did they get here, or how long did this take? You don't have no really sense of time or anything. It's just kind of rolling. But I think for what the movie was trying to accomplish, that cool. This movie is playing like at the theater I went saw it in. It's playing like literally every 20 minutes. So I think Sony's like pushing it out, getting things going. Um, and what another thing I really enjoy, and I know I'm kind of just hopping around a bit, but that this Carnage, this video is Carnage and Chaos, okay? Because we're gonna hop around this movie, but the prison break scene with with Carnage, I thought this scene was awesome. Like I said this, I told BA this earlier. It's like comic book shows and movies do prison break scenes awesome, like amazing every single time. And so him getting out and like killing all the people, with all the people who worked in the jail, like security jail and whatever you people, what are people who control jail called? I don't even know. I've just never been to jail. Thank God. So he getting out, then all the prisoners praise. I'm just like, oh. And then even when he just like hit Woody Harrelson is just, I don't know, it's weird. He just like hitting a strut walking and always talking in riddles or poems and stuff. I thought, okay, this is cool as well. The backstory as to like what happened to him as a kid, and like we get to the point where he just now one part I do think was weird when we get to the end and he just like uh he was talking to Venom, and he just like and Eddie was like, I'm listening now. He's like, oh, I just wanted you to be your friend. I'm like, I like what? Why would you pick him? Maybe unless if he was a fan of his work and like he had like a lot of his articles, that's something we probably could see. But granted, since the movie's so short, that's something that just probably just got left out if that was the case. Um, yeah, man, I think the movie is just super fun. And like the thing they lean into the most is like the comedy. They lean directly into the comedy, and they go for it. Okay, it's like, okay, we're not gonna take certain stuff serious. They literally have Venom in the club with neon lights on him, like grabbing a mic, and everybody like, oh, you look cool. Thanks, one guy. It's insanity, like constant insanity. One thing in particular did bother me about that. You know how when you grab a mic and you get close to like the speakers or something and it make that little high pitched noise. It did that like 3 times and it didn't bother Venom. And considering Venom is like super sensitive to sound, I'm like, okay, he should have reacted some kind of way. Um, but yeah, man, it's just so much in this. I'm just trying to think of all the things that I really want to highlight. The fight between Venom and Eddie, I thought that was really good too. It was just like they finally came to blows, because it's always been a like, I made you, you made me, you need me, I don't need, like the stuff like that. And then they finally came to blows, and they literally fight. Venom broke his nose, healed his nose, and broke it again. I'm just like, these dudes are hilarious with each other. But then they ultimately found out they both need each other to accomplish certain things, and that kind of like showed even when like Carnage and they were fighting Carnage and uh, um, Cletus, because those two weren't like in perfect sync. They had different things they wanted to accomplish. Granted, Venom and Eddie does too, or do too, but like they mesh more. It's not just one. They like come to like agreements on certain things. Uh, so I thought that was like that scene where them breaking up and stuff. I thought that was important. You know what I'm saying? So I was really cool with that. Overall, movie just super solid movie. I think I'm going to enjoy it on a rewatch. Honestly, um, I like it a lot. I legitimately like it a lot. I'm probably gonna give it like a B minus. I think it's yeah. I'm gonna give it like a B minus, and but I almost skipped one of the most important things. The post credit scene where we see Venom about to give Eddie some secrets about the past, or just like all the stuff he's experienced. He's gonna give him a tiny bit, but right when that's happening, we see the room that he in is completely changes. Now it's on the beach, Also, not only that, we see him, uh, uh, Peter Parker, show up on the TV screen with J. Jonah Jameson. So yeah, Venom's now in the MCU, or well, technically, Spider-Man was always in the Sonyverse. It's just like he was maybe in the multiverse, and so now it's just the MCU's playing around with the multiverse. Like Spider-Man can go play with Venom, or Venom can go play with him, and I wonder why Venom was so attracted to Spider-Man. Granted, it's just probably just like the natural order of things. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle that, considering both of, like Spider-Man's funny, but Venom's also funny. I wonder if they're gonna try to like take a more serious route when they I can count on one another. So, who knows, man? But like I think a lot of fans were like happy about that. There was a girl literally sitting next to me. She like shrieked when it happened when she saw it come on screen. She like shrieked. I was just like, oh my god! I got kind of scared. Like, oh, baby, you alright, baby? Like she like I'm telling you, but that's one of the things like you kind of like love like people get excited about stuff like that. You know, that's where they can't even hold, like they can't hold it in. So I thought that was super cool. But like, yeah, I enjoyed the film. Uh, it I wouldn't be lying if I said I didn't want to like see it again. I wouldn't mind watching this movie again. I think it's definitely a movie you can rewatch. You know what I'm saying, and get some enjoyment out of. That's what it's so short that you just watch it and boom out of that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate both of that. Well, I appreciate all of that. So yeah. You guys let me know what y'all thought about the film. If you've seen it, down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys staying safe, and I'll catch you with you guys later. Peace.